welcome to Catherine's Garden. It's so good to have you here with me today. I hope all is well with you. I'm out here in the city. That's why you hear the airplanes. On a beautiful October morning, I visited the Roslindale Farmers Market, and it was so nice. So I'm going to get some of these apples to make a good pie with it.
Okay.
You said that this is a good one too.
Okay, what is it? It's a... Oh, okay.
Hear about farming and gardening and all of these good things, and just talking about real food, local food. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden. It's so good to be out here with you today. I hope all is well with you. I've decided to come out into the garden and have a cup of tea and just reflect on what I did and what I would like to do with these apples. Yeah, I went to the farmer's market on Saturday to pick up some apples. And I wanted to make an apple pie. I just had this longing for an apple pie. So I decided, well, let me go to the farmer's market and get some apples. I'm going to go to the farmer's market to see if they have any apples there, because I'm really interested in getting apples because I like to make apple pie. My daughter Karen and I, we went to the apple orchards and we did get a lot of apples. However, we ate them all. Yes, those apples were so delicious. They were sweet and tasty and crunchy. You know when you bite into a fresh picked apple, how it has that crunch? Well, we ate all of those apples. My husband enjoyed the apples. But I didn't make that apple pie. So I decided, let me go to the farmer's market, and there I can get some apples and make my apple pie. Excuse the plane. I'm not too far from Logan Airport. Yeah, and so the planes must be, I don't know. But anyway, so I went to the farmer's market in Roslindale, the Roslindale Village Farmer's Market. It was a beautiful day. The leaves were just, you could see them, the changing of the leaves, the foliage, just such a beautiful color. And it was just a wonderful drive to the farmer's market. Oh, the market was already in action. You could hear the music. And there I walked through.
If I can, and I come back out, you're a richer man. Well, I don't know just why I'm driven, but I've got this song to sing. Got to get out on the road and get everything.
Everyone should walk around.
Sweet baby, don't have to see you cry, 'cause I'll be back though I can't say when to hate to say goodbye. Sweet darling, you hold me just once before I go. Love me today, 'cause tomorrow I'm gonna be gone.
Well, when I got there, I was walking through and I came across this program. That's the Victory Program, Revisioning Urban Farm in Dorchester.
So not really. I mean, the scorpion is here, the chocolate habanero.
Urban Farm.
I know it's right out
Victory
here.
Programs, Revision Urban Farm. This is good.
Yeah, in Dorchester. We're on Fabian Street, on the Mattapan side of Dorchester.
Is that with the? That's not with the farm, right? The
Yeah.
clock farm?
No.
No.
Nope, we're part of Victory Programs. So Victory Programs is an organization that has numerous shelters and different types of programs throughout the city. So our farm is connected to 2 shelters right on Fabian Street across from the farm.
Here at that booth, I was able to speak with Todd, and he was able to tell me more about the program. It was really good to hear how farming is being used to help the vulnerable and those who are experiencing difficulty right now with housing and homelessness. So I'm here with Todd at the Farmers Market in Roslindale, and he is part of the Victory Programs for urban gardening. And as you know, I'm an urban gardener, and he is telling me about his special program that helps people.
Yep,
Tell me a little bit about it. Yeah.
Revision Urban Farm is been there for 25 years. It's in Dorchester. We are connected to 2 shelters, and originally the plot was designed to really produce for the people in the shelter, and it's grown since then. We're just about under an acre with 2 different production areas. We have a full heated greenhouse that will actually this year go into year-round production as well. So
That's nice. So the heated production, that means that you're going to do microgreens?
yeah, so we'll be doing greens this year. The greenhouse was actually put in 2013 with help from the mayor's office, and this year we were able to get a second heating unit put into that, and so now it'll actually go into year-round production.
Wow, that is exciting. So that urban people who live in the city
Yep.
can now get fresh produce.
Yeah, so we really
Yeah.
focus on the ability to get healthy access to food and nutrition density, and that what we're picking today is eaten today or within the next couple days.
Yeah, that's true. Because I think they said that after the first 10 minutes or so that it starts to deteriorate.
and
Real food.
Yeah, exactly. And living in Boston, we are literally the end of the train tracks.
Really?
Yeah, so everything that comes into Boston is the oldest of the old. So you think about
Wow.
it, if it comes up from Florida, last stop is Boston. If it comes from California, last stop is Boston.
I never thought about
Yeah.
that. So my garden is a good thing.
It totally is a good thing. Yep.
I've been growing tomatoes and peppers.
Yep.
I just did watermelon.
Yeah.
Ooh, my watermelon
full
was
size,
delicious.
Full size? Or did you do
The
little
sugar babies.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was so delicious. I had like 5 or 6 of them, and I just did right in my front yard.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And then I'm trying okra.
Yeah. I'm not a huge okra fan, to be honest with you.
I know. But that's really good. I mean, and I think that this is a good thing that we need to start urban gardening. And remember it says Victory Programs.
Yep.
So in the past, when they had the war and so forth,
exactly.
the people had their gardens.
Yeah.
And then I know in the South, a lot of Southerners, when they come up, I'm not from the South, but they come up, they've had gardens. Because we could see the collard green. There's this lady on American Legion Highway, and she sells these little starts.
Yep.
And I see a whole lot of people from the South getting their collard greens and so forth. So this
Yeah.
year I decided I will buy kale.
Yep.
So I've been eating my fresh kale, and it's really been good in smoothies.
So
But just go ahead.
So you're gonna have to come out to our farm. You're definitely gonna have to come to our farm and check out the place. We do a huge seedling sale. We provide seedlings to not only just the immediate area around Dorchester, but several other urban farms in the area that just can't produce their seedlings. Because we have the greenhouse space, we're able to add that value to the community.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to have to connect with you and connect with the program, and then anyone in the city can go and see.
Yeah, so the farm's starting to slow down now. We're here at the Roslindale Market every week, but then usually like the end of October, we're pretty much wrapping up on our regular season. Being a first season going into the winter, we'll see what that brings for us. Hopefully a couple of restaurant sales and some regular, maybe a winter CSA for greens.
Wow. That is exciting. That is exciting. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me about this.
Thanks.
I think that this is what we need to do here in the city.
Totally is.
We really need to get into gardening, and also teaching our children about gardening and having it become like a family event, you know, in the household, so that they can start to eat healthy. And when you just told me that we're the last stop for fresh greens. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
So we've been eating all the leftovers.
Leftovers aren't bad if we're talking about like turkey dinner and stuff like that, but when it comes to produce, fresh is better.
Fresh is better. Yes, fresh is better. Fresh is better. All right, anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'm going to check this out.
Yep.
All right, thanks. So it was good to see how they are working with people and helping them to use the farm and farming to restore their joy. Isn't that a wonderful thing? I think that's a great thing. And then I was able to pick up these Northern Spry apples and also the Sun Crisp apples. And they have been so tasty and so delicious and fresh.
What kind do you like? Huh? Oh, Baldwin's. No. There's some Baldwin's on that. It's Northern Spy right there. Yeah, but I already bought a bag of Northern Spy, so I'm going to buy the Baldwin's if I see them.
My apples, that's right, these apples. And you know what? They're almost finished. I only have a few left, but I wanted to share it with you. So I'm going to get some of these apples to make a good pie with it. You said that this is a good one too.
Okay, what is it? It's a...
Oh, okay. It's not on Rhode Island reading. You don't have readings.
What are these?
Northern Spy.
Northern Spy. Those are good for pie.
Good for pie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And what was this one right here?
That's a Sun Crisp.
Ooh, that looks good. That
I
looks
think that's
Those
a
are good for
that's
eating.
a good for eating one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of that. Sounds good.
Another one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, about 0.48.
I love it.
That all? 160.
How are you?
That my family, they've just eaten all of the apples. So now I don't really have any apples for apple pie. However, I can always go back next Saturday and visit the farmer's market and finally make that apple pie.
Sweet darling, hold me just once before I go. Love me today, 'cause tomorrow I'm gonna be gone.
It was just a wonderful visit, and I really enjoyed just seeing all of the crafts and all of the different music, hearing the music and the crowds and just watching the people walking by and all of that good stuff. It was just wonderful. A nice festive community atmosphere. And I like that setup. Hello. I'm just marshmallows, which are kind of the same thing. Hi. This is for my YouTube channel.
Alright, nice.
So this, you make this original?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything we make in store, handmade, hand cut, hand dipped.
I mean, I don't know. I also visited the Lilac Hedge Farm, and there I saw the fresh eggs, but what really caught my eye was the honey. Yeah, because when I went to the apple orchard with Karen, I had bought the big container of honey, and you know what? That honey went by real fast too. The Lilac Hedge Farm, Holden, Mass. Oh, so these are free range chicken eggs.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You gathered them this morning?
Yeah, we go through them pretty quickly, so we have to stay on top of them.
And then the maple syrup is from your farm?
That's from a farm that we work with, so we sell their syrup for them, but they are in Fitchburg, so it's a couple towns over.
And the raw honey's from your farm?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your product. All right. I want some honey. Because we started making a lot of tea and drinking our what we call bush tea from the herbs in my yard with the mint, and it was just really delicious, that fresh honey, raw honey from our area. So when I came across the Lilac Hedge Farms honey, I purchased it, and it was just so good to get that fresh raw honey. They say that honey is good for the digestive system, and that it's also good for any diseases that you're experiencing, for cuts and wounds, which I didn't know. But yeah, raw honey has many healing qualities, and so I'm so happy. I was just so happy to be able to actually get some at the farmer's market. I invite you to go if you have a chance, or before it closes down, to visit and to support our local farms. Yeah, and they are able to give us fresh produce so that we can eat healthy, we can eat real food. Yes. I am thankful that you've decided to stop by and visit with me here. And do you have a garden for next year to plan an urban garden in your yard? If you have a plot of land, or if you just have containers like I have here. In my container I have beets and carrots growing, but you can do container gardening, or you can plant directly in the soil, the ground, or you can have a raised bed. But I encourage you to, try it. Plant something next year, yes, so that you can eat fresh, real food. It's good for you. You'll feel healthier and stronger. I have, and I'm really enjoying the herbs and the vegetables, the tomatoes and peppers. And at the urban farm, Revisioning Urban Farm, they sell seedlings. So you'll be able to go there and purchase seedlings from them. So plan on it and check them out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Are you gardening? And if you are, how did your garden grow this year? And if you're in a warm climate, are you still gardening and enjoying it? I hope so. Thank you so much for joining me here in Catherine's Garden. And also hit the notification bell for more videos. Please share my channel, Catherine's Garden, with others. And come with me, follow me on my journey as we garden and plan for next year's garden here in my urban cottage garden, Catherine's Garden. Comment down below, do you have a garden? And if you're gardening, how did your garden grow for this year? Did you have success? Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.